From Thunder Studios in Lenexa, Kansas, this is Tbn Pulse.
Hello, Thunders. I'm Juan Santoyo. In this episode of Tbn Pulse, we'll talk to Mrs. Walters, our Director of Community, to talk about how our community systems build up God's kingdom in our school. And we have a profile of Mrs. Comfort, who is new to St. James Academy this year. This is Tbn Pulse.
Each of our communities are named after saints, so we have 8 different communities, and really what sets them apart is kind of the charism that gets developed out of that saint's spirituality. The dean and the community captains, mentors, and house captains are always praying with that saint. At community prayer each day, the prayer that is led by the dean and the community captains was actually written. We wrote all of those except Padre Pio. Padre Pio's prayer was written by Saint Padre Pio, and they pray a portion of it. But every time communities come together, we're praying those prayers that were either written by people in our community out of that charism of that saint. Another example would be in St. Catherine, right? Mr. Matt Joshi, the dean, wrote that prayer, and he knows St. Catherine very well from reading her writings and her spirituality. And even over in MOLA, MOLA cares a lot about the pro-life issues and honoring the dignity of life from conception to natural death. So they help form in their community this identity around we want to honor and respect each human person. They pray with it, and then they find ways to live it out on a daily basis. Dean and the community captains work to organize our announcements and any celebration of props, or I know MOLA does MOLA mentions, just to kind of celebrate the good that is happening on a daily basis. There's a culture that's formed within each community, and a lot of it has to do with the spirituality of the saints, and also just the personalities of your leadership team too, for the personalities of your dean and your mentors and your community captains and your house captains.
Community, to me, is a place where I find family and a real connection between brothers and sisters in Christ. I ran for community captain because I thought it would be fun to be able to lead the community that I love very much and all of my friends.
Are we perfect at community here at St. James Academy? No, but is it worth it? Absolutely. And that coming together in community, we are going to pass on the faith through building relationships. But if we don't know one another and trust one another first with those small talks in those little ways, then it's not going to build to those bigger conversations.
Our community system is another part of what makes St. James Academy so great. Thank you to Cooper Nash for producing that segment. At the beginning of the school year, we added a bunch of great staff. Let's meet another one and get to know Mrs. Comfort.
My name is Emily Comfort. I teach Salvation History, so I teach freshman Salvation History, and I also coach C-team volleyball. Being in the classroom is really great, and I love the aspect of getting to know my students, but even getting to teach some of my students that I coach, get to know them in a new and different way and get to know more kids. So I think it just kind of crosses the boundary of class lines, and it crosses the boundary of other kind of cliques that high school typically brings. And so I like that about volleyball. I like the fact that we are very faith-based. I like that. We strive to be inclusive but also compete and have a lot of fun. Having more faces, especially as an incoming freshman or as a transfer student, having more faces for people that you know, that you can see passing in the hallway or at Thunder Black, just having some people kind of built-in friends is really nice, as well as just being a part of something special, which I think we are here. So for me, we tend to start practice with prayer and end practice with prayer. Which is awesome. I think it's also a big example of it is just living it out loud. Living it with the girls on the team, living it with my family and with our parents on the team as much as we can. And then just really bringing it to life as we go. Best part about coaching at a Catholic school, definitely being able to pray with my kids. I think there's a really special aspect of being able to start a competition with prayer, or just being mindful of what's going on in our community and being able to go to the Lord with that as a team and not just feel alone in that aspect.
Becca Cordova. I play volleyball. And pray before and after every game because I know that with God I can do my best and He'll help me get through whatever I need to get through. I feel like this year was a lot of like sisterhood was incorporated in it, with the team showing up for the other teams in their games. Freshman year I was gonna try out, but then I had health issues and I was injured in my knee. So finding out I wasn't gonna be able to play was a lot. It was really sad, but then this year through a lot of prayer and hard work, I almost wasn't able to play, but I went to adoration one day. And when I got home, my mom told me that she would take me to a different doctor to get my physical signed so I could. Well, most people basically like have the same faith in how we're able to pray together before and after games and practices to like come together.
That segment was produced by My Dvorak. Thank you to Mrs. Comfort for the interview. And thank you to all the students in the St. James Academy Media Arts program for making these segments. And thanks to you for watching TBN Pulse. I'm Juan Santoyo. God bless you. Go Thunder!